I'm just arriving in Bulgaria right now. It was quite a bit of a flight because so much delay, but here we are. We're gonna be working with Pancho Karamansky in the next few days. It's a really good friend of mine and also a DJ producer who's blind and professional in his way of doing things, and definitely one of the only people in the world like that. So we're gonna learn all about him, and I'm also gonna be teaching production courses to other blind people here in Sofia, and we're gonna also go to a DJ shop and do all kinds of other things. Welcome to a new episode, and I hope you will enjoy it.
My name is Pancho Karamansky from Bulgaria. I'm 32 already, and I'm a DJ, producer, sound engineer, recording engineer, many stuff related to music actually. But first of all, I'm a DJ, and I have the privilege for myself to be different with the fact that I am blind.
We actually met in Sandanski in a project that you were co-organizing with Visioner, the charity of your sister, and it was not really about music at all.
Yeah, I know.
And I remember the first time that I heard from you, I was like, who is this like sort of lightly arrogant guy like telling everyone what to do, how to do it? And you know, it was really funny. And then suddenly I got to talk to you, and you were like, oh, I'm doing something with music, and I was like, oh, me too. And I remembered you went absolutely berserk over there in that attic room of us there in Sandanski.
Yeah, because it's very relief sensation when you find someone who has your problems, who has your limits, let's say, and with someone to discuss all the problems. It will happen because nothing is stable, and that was a very relieving experience for me.
Yeah, for me too, because finally I found someone who was also very serious about it, and I told him, just go get the studio here and, you know, do it.
Yeah.
And see where we are now.
They are like crazy funny stories. The communication is just fun. If we are not talking about really the deep...
Yeah, deep stuff we also really talk about quite a lot. But definitely that story where one of us fell down at 3 a.m. in Sofia, that's still the king, I think. We will never know anymore which one it was, but apparently it was one of us, and probably it was me.
I will tell you one. I invited Anthony to be my guest on my birthday. I think I was 29. I became 29. And I invite like 5 or 6 of my ex-girlfriends, and being the center of attention, that was my plan. And this little Belgian piece of miracle get all the attention, and he even get a girl that I've never been before with her.
Yeah, something like that. Definitely we became really close friends. It's not like we talk every day, but I know that both for music and non-music related things, when there's something going wrong or going right, we can call each other and be like, yo, I'm having this problem here. Can you tell me what you think about it?
We've been able to deal with stuff together. For example, the DJ software that we are using now, it's completely different with what we used to use before. Now we are using the same software, and it's much easier for me and I guess for you.
Yeah, I mean,
because both of us, we are digging the same hole, and
yeah.
That's one of the things, makes me really sad, that most of the companies really don't care. If they care we've talked about the blind people actually, and the blind people in the music industry. The companies really don't care about us. They care if they will be able to sell something more. For example, the native instruments, they care because they saw that many people wants to buy a complete control, like a keyboard. If you're not falling in the trap, put it from the marketing of the companies, You don't need actually many stuff to make good music.
That is true.
Only the companies wants to, for you to think that you need more.
Yeah,
because
you always need that extra mastering plugin, and you need that
Yeah.
extra filter and that extra
and
synth.
and if you buy the new piano from company X, you will be the greatest composer, like a Hans
just
Zimmer.
because it sounds probably almost the same as every other piano that you can
Yeah.
buy.
That's why I'm quite happy with using almost free software, using a little, like a small amount of instruments and plugins,
Hmm.
and achieving what I need to achieve. Because there are a lot of people trying to convince me that the things that I want to do in my life, being a DJ, being a music producer, they're first of all not accessible, they're impossible, etc., etc. And I'm sure even you living in Belgium, maybe people told you also that you're not able to deal with that.
Very much, very much. That's a barrier that we come across all the time. So if you would have to say one piece of advice to, blind or sight, it doesn't actually
Yeah.
really matter. People who want to go in the music business, what would it be?
For producing, let's say, don't believe the advertisements. The next plugin that you're gonna buy am not gonna make you the biggest producer on the planet, that's for sure. The only one way to be better or the best, it depends how you want it, is to never stop doing it. And to do it again and again and again and again, even if you wanna really quit, or if you really are disgusted already of doing it, you have to do it again and again and again and again. That's the only one way.
I can only say that I agree, because I was absolutely disgusted of, DJing and producing when things started to break. I was about to stop when things started to break through. So
And like maybe millions of people never become stars or never become famous because they quit just before the thing's about to get started.
The train's ready. I'll burn the ashes, unchain the reactions. I'm not ready to die, not yet. Pull me out the train.
in the studio, I gave some production courses to an absolutely amazingly talented person. Jenny, she's called. She's 13 years old, and she has a voice like Billie Eilish. It was just really an emotional thing, and I hope at some point maybe we can collaborate on a track together, because her vocals are absolutely amazing.
At the moment, I'm grateful for the things I have.
And you don't really experience that many challenges because of the fact that you cannot see that much then.
I experienced a lot of surgeries. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're trying to still make your sight better then?
Yes, because I have a problem with my retina.
When it comes to music, what are your favorite singers at the moment?
Billie Eilish,
Yeah.
Dua Lipa. I guess Madison Beer is really
Yeah,
great too.
that one's cool too.
Yeah, and James Harder is great. Yeah, that's.
So really the melancholic pop thing. Well, I mean not only melancholic, because sometimes they're also very mad.
Yes.
Bad Guy, for example. has pretty-
Yeah.
What are you thinking about electronic music and dance music? Is that something that you also like, or is it not really your thing? What's your view on that?
I like it. I mean, I love it, but I don't know, when I am singing it, it's the same. I love it, but I mean, I love more the other type of songs.
Are you already building any social media presence and stuff?
Yes, on Spotify,
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Oh.
And on Instagram and TikTok and stuff?
Yes, yeah.
Do you have anyone who is helping you with that?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh, that's really nice. Why? That's because it's really important, I think, to have good people who help you with that, though. Do you also already perform live?
I love to sing in studios. Yeah, but it's more great when I sing in front of people.
Yeah, because
It's
you can feel the
yeah.
connection with the
Yeah.
connection with the crowd and how they react when you open your
Everything,
mouth.
like it's
Yeah,
magic.
I mean, it's the same thing for me when it comes to playing music. Like producing is cool, but I like playing it in front of the crowd. Are there any plans to also learn another instrument than only singing?
Ukulele, piano, and drums. I really love drums.
That's gonna be an interesting band. Like guitar, ukulele, drums, and your vocals. That's gonna sound really, really great. I think it's really, really important that you keep going and that that you keep surrounding yourself with good people. That's really the best advice that I can give you, because I probably already know that the music industry is sometimes pretty harsh. Like it's not a nice and easy industry, and people are always ready to take advantage of you sometimes.
Don't lose yourself, don't waste your time, so keep on flying.
Wow.
Merci.
After that, it was time to set up a stream, because I needed to do my weekly Twitch stream to announce the Chasing Dreams compilation CD. It was really a nice experience to stream in the recording studio of Pancho, because it's just really an interesting experience to stream in such an environment with great monitors and with a great guy next to you, of course. The day after, we went to the DJ shop here in Bulgaria, and the meaning was to connect a very accessible DJ software which is made by Peter Mallard. Very big shout out to him. He's a blind scripter and programmer who made an otherwise inaccessible software very accessible. And to connect that one to the new model of Pioneer DJ players, the CDJ 3000, so that I could have more spontaneity and also just more freedom while I'm playing, and that I actually hear what's going on. It was a really, really nice experience, because the guys in the DJ shop were so welcoming and so helpful, and we managed to get it work to a very large degree, to a very usable degree, and I'm just really happy that Pancho made that happen. Just like the other older models that people play with in clubs, I'm talking, for example, about the CDJ 2000 Nexus and some others, it's basically the problem that they're not accessible. So by standard, you cannot read what's on the display, you cannot see the waveforms that other DJs do, which makes it very easy to mix. You cannot see the BPM counter, which is not necessary to mix, but it's still nice to see, of course, and to be on the same level as other DJs. They're only usable for us in their main functionality. When you're working with smaller things like CDs, which have like 10 tracks or something, and then you have a Braille label on the CD, it's really easy to manage. But when you start working with the memory stick, it starts to become more difficult to work with these bigger collections if you cannot search for anything, if you cannot read the titles of the songs and so on and so forth. There's another issue, which is that the software behind this player, the one that you need to analyze your tracks and to basically get help like syncing or quantizing, basically just analyze your tracks, and it helps you to mix more easily and more freely if you want to use these things. Of course, there's plenty of DJs who don't want to use sync, and sometimes I don't use it as well. But like all these things, they are not available to us because the software behind these players is only a blank screen. I've been looking for a way to do this differently, and there's a software called Virtual DJ that's also a piece of software which is completely not accessible. But there is a guy there who managed to write a script that is able to read, everything that's happening, or almost everything that's happening in the software. And what I was trying to do now here in this DJ shop is basically make the two things work together. It has a lot of different problems that can occur, and I needed to really have a good play with a setup like that to see if it was possible to make this work in a reliable way. So that I could just go to a club, have my laptop and my USB cables, plug them into the decks, just activate the source and go. At the end, I'm, let's say, 70% sure this will work, but not completely yet. I still need some more information to see if it's gonna work, and I need to try it on some other players as well. And so yeah, it's definitely an adventure, and I'm very, very happy that I could do this today. And it for me, it was very eye-opening, and maybe in a few weeks' time I will have my first gig playing with this kind of configuration, which will be nerve-wracking because it's something new and I just hope it won't break. But on the other hand, I hope in the end it will be also beneficial and give me more freedom and spontaneity, which I really, really love to do when I'm streaming while I'm also playing in clubs. And after that, we just got around the city a little bit, and we also met some other friends, such as Monica, someone that I know from previous times in Sofia, and it was really nice to just walk around and catch up a little bit. And we also had a really nice conversations about how it is to be blind and how mental health affects everything, because mental health is just a really, really important part of being a DJ and a producer. Losing my hearing was something very special for me, in both positive and negative sense, I would say, because I remember still the time when I heard it. I was sitting in my room, and suddenly one of my ears literally just stopped working for a while, and I was like, this is not normal. And I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it was, okay, apparently you're gonna lose your hearing and that's it. I had two choices. I could basically live in fear and do nothing because my ears are very sensitive, and I can get hearing loss by stress, not enough sleep, by whatever really. Or I could choose to still try and make the best of it and be grateful for whatever opportunity that I can have. For me personally, to not really have that many goals, and to not, if I have goals, to make them soft so that I don't have expectations. Maybe goals, yes, but not expectations. And so to just take life as it is and to be in the present as much as I can.
When I realized that something is much easier if I'm able to see what's going on the screen and use a particular software or plugin that could make my work easier, and I'm not able because of being blind and the software is not accessible, that frustrates me a lot. In something that a person without visual disability will need like 5 months to achieve it, for me it could take 2-3 years sometimes to find a way to achieve it or to be confident that I can do it. And after 15 years of DJing and producing and this stuff, sometimes this really tires me a lot. Blindness gives me a lot of things that I'm grateful for, because if I wasn't blind, I knew that I would have to live in the village with my father and taking care of the vegetables, like growing vegetables and in the farm, which is something that I really appreciate, and appreciate people that do it, but not for me.
We definitely also had some good times spent in the city. We tried some Bulgarian food and drinks, such as the banica, really, really nice breakfast that Monica made for us. So yeah, that was awesome. And also just had a fun time in the city and catch up, because it was already 2 years ago that I saw Pancho last, and this was such a good idea to come here and to catch up and to basically learn again from each other, because we are both doing the same thing. We're both struggling with the same struggles. And of course, sometimes we have different solutions for them because we live in different environments. And that's why I wanted to catch up, take you with me on a journey here. And I hope that it was also useful for you and that you learned a bit more on how it would be to be a producer, a DJ who might be blind, who might have hearing loss, about the struggles, but also on how to overcome them and the way you could do that. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and don't worry, I will be back.